Hi, I'm Nils, and today I'm going to show you a little bit about mudding and taping and what I've learned in the process of finishing my bathroom here. This is the finished product. I'm basically going to try to create this sort of texture that you can see on the walls, and we're going to show you first how to, once you finish the sheetrock, how to do the mudding and taping to get the walls all smooth. And then this is a two-part series, and then in the third section you can see how to do the texturing itself and create this, sand it down, get it all smooth and ready for painting. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, to get this corner here, I've got some all-purpose joint compound, and I'm going to take my 3-inch knife and just try to fill in. In this case, I've got a fair-sized gap here in between the boards of sheetrock, so I'm just going to come in here and try to fill that in as much as possible and get it ready for some tape to go on there. Making sure to add as much as I need to up in the corner here, for example, to make sure it's all filled. I'm going to apply this stuff pretty liberally and be real generous with it. So I'll scrape off the excess in a minute with the tape. So with this gap, I'm probably going to need to do a lot of that kind of action to get in there and get that gap filled in. If I hold this at a little bit of an angle, that'll help, but it's still not going to get it all. And then with the tape itself, I've already done the rest of the wall here by where the camera can't see. I'm just going to grab this tape, and as you can see, it's the kind that easily folds. There's a corner type and there's a straight type. So I'm going to grab the kind that folds here for my corners and get a measurement of all the way down to the floor. I could be real precise and measure it, but I'm just going to kind of rough it here. Good, there's that there. And let my foot rip it off. And just go ahead and pre-crease it. Fold it all the way down. And then apply it right into the corner. We're going to press this in lightly. Alright, so I'm going to press this in with my fingers pretty lightly into the corners here. I'm just making sure that the corner itself of the paper is in the corner of the walls. And once it's in like that, I'm going to clean my knife off. And go ahead and press that up into the corner. And then, there we go. And start to just push it down, getting some of this excess mud off, and taking it off as I go. Gotta be careful not to push too much into the corner, especially on this side, because it's not solid back there behind it. So I've got to make sure that as I'm pressing, I'm not tearing the tape, because that's not going to do us much good. And as you can see, it kind of pushes itself right into the wall. Get all that excess off. And I'll just follow this all the way down. And that's how I do a corner. So this is the first coat. We're probably going to want to come back with the second coat to smooth it out and get any little pieces like this that we miss. After this is dry, we'll come back and get that, probably with some topping joint compound rather than the all-purpose. Alright, the next joint we're going to do is just this straight wall joint, and these are I've got one manufactured joint against one hand cut joint, and it's a pretty sloppy cut as you can see here, so we're going to have to do some filling in. So I'm just going to apply a bunch of mud, fill in that gap there. I've already done the bottom section here, as you can see down below here. So I'm just going to fill this in. I get some good amount of mud on the sides to act as adhesive basically for the tape. Now the gap's filled in, so I'll just run it up and down the sides, leaving a nice layer of it. Like that. I'll do the same thing on the other side. Alright, now we're ready to go ahead and put some tape on there. And then we're going to put some mud on the tape. Measure this out. Enter that there. Okay. I'm trying to make sure we get it centered over the joint. And then just lightly press it down. All the way down to the ground. Okay, once we've got that, we're going to make sure the knife is clean. Now, just like before, we're going to go through and push it down. First, you kind of have to pull it. Wipe off that excess and just keep on going all the way down.